Our first presentation this afternoon will be from the University of Guelph.
I'm young, 30 years young to be exact. I've got years ahead of me, yet my full schedule makes it feel like days are simply just minutes. But I have to remember, I'm no different from many moms all over America who just want our children to grow up healthy. I'm your friend, your sister, your neighbor. And as consumers today, we lead fast-paced, hectic lives that keep us always on the move. I know many women, just like myself, who find it a challenge to walk into a supermarket and pick up food items that are a combination of convenience and health. I've read studies that show 90% of Americans purchase time-saving food. Health, though, is also a driver of demand. At my table, as I'm sure it is yours. 71% of Americans are basing food purchasing decisions on health, and 83% are trying to eat more fruits and vegetables. With all of this in mind, we ultimately want a healthy handful in a hurry. Good afternoon, American Berry Corporation Board of Directors. My name is Courtney, and we are Griffin Consulting Group. Your research scientists, along with the University of Guelph, after years of breeding, have succeeded and grown the next great superfruit. And you, ABC, have handed over those building blocks for us to develop a marketing strategy. Today, we are pleased to present your new and exciting fruit from our family to yours, Straw Babies. Straw Babies are the solution to strawberry growers' declining profits and consumers' need for convenience. It is in the breeding that these miniature, day-neutral, ever-bearing berries effortlessly decap when picked, meaning you never have to remove a strawberry stem again. Convenient, right? And if consumers are demanding health, we are providing it in the palm of your hand, as Straw Babies hold the same nutritional content as regular strawberries. Not only is this the ultimate value-added berry for consumers, but the generous premium of 7% ABC will offer to growers will certainly see producers lining up to raise the next generation of Straw Babies. Amanda will now start us off with the sweet details of Straw Babies.
Thank you, Courtney. As Courtney mentioned, our research indicates that Straw Babies will fill unique demand opportunities on both the consumer and grower side. You will find strawberries in the fridge of almost every American home. 94% of Americans regularly consume strawberries. That translates to over 300 million Americans. There is huge market potential here. And where are almost all of these berries produced? California, the top strawberry producing region, largest strawberry consuming state, and your target market for Straw Babies. Berry producers are experiencing increasing costs, and the California Strawberry Commission has seen a 25% loss of growers since 2012. Existing growers are looking to diversify with premium products. Let's meet David Garcia, a proud Straw Babies grower. David and other Straw Babies growers will be located primarily in the coastal valley of Central California, which accounts for more than 80% of total strawberry production in the state. David likes the idea of being part of the Straw Babies family, a company that sells the bare roots to growers, as well as buys the berries at harvest and then distributes them to Whole Foods Market. David's Straw Babies will be a hit at Whole Foods Market with your target demographic, middle to upper class females in California with growing families. Now let's meet Michelle. She is among the 75% of American females that identify themselves as the primary shoppers in their households. Because of her hectic lifestyle, she places high value on both health and convenience and is willing to pay a premium price for a product that will meet her family's food needs. For Michelle and your customers, nothing compares to Straw Babies. Traditional varieties do not have the added convenience of being bite-sized, as well as lack the enhanced taste. Raspberries, blueberries, and blackberries may be bite-sized, but cannot compete with the fact that consumers prefer the taste of strawberries to any other berry. On the grower side, direct competitors include strawberry production companies that have established contracts with growers. There are currently 10 large shippers and growers, as well as 8 major suppliers of bare root plants in California. These companies do not provide the Straw Babies variety or provide the same premium to their growers as ABC. Based upon our comprehensive SWOT analysis, we have identified points for consideration prior to the arrival of Straw Babies on shelves. One of the most significant strengths of Straw Babies is its ability to provide a generous premium of 7% for growers. This, along with being non-GMO, having increased convenience, and superior flavor, are sure to be popular with your consumers. Straw Babies has few product weaknesses. 1 being the slightly higher price, and 2, the increasing input cost. Typical to the berry industry, they also face product seasonality and a perishable inventory. Numerous opportunities exist for Straw Babies. Being the first berry of its kind on the market, there is potential to expand beyond California Whole Foods market stores, as well as a wide range of potential customers. We also acknowledge threats for Straw Babies in the current California market, such as drought conditions, operating in a saturated market, and the increasing input costs growers are experiencing. Your consumers are demanding a more convenient, nutritious food item, and strawberry growers are seeking premium products. It is clear that a new alternative is needed, and Matt will tell you how we can deliver it.
Thanks, Amanda. Our business plan for Straw Babies is built on 5 key planning assumptions. First, fresh berry consumption will continue to steadily increase in California. Second, Straw Babies has already cleared all standard regulatory hurdles facing new food products in America. Third, Straw Babies are raised the same as other traditional day-neutral ever-bearing strawberry varieties, yielding the same pounds per acre. Fourth, all Straw Babies are consistent in size, between 1/2 inch and 1 inch in diameter. Lastly, when picked, Straw Babies decap easily while still maintaining similar shelf life to other traditional strawberry varieties. Keeping these assumptions in mind, we are confident you will be able to achieve the following 3 business objectives. We know your customers, so we are confident that when Straw Babies launch at Whole Foods market stores in California, they will capture 10% of their fresh berry sales by the end of year 3. When we look at your growers, we project that you will capture a small portion of the traditional California strawberry grower market by the end of the 3rd year. Straw Babies also aims to be a high-quality product, so it is paramount to have a strong customer following. We expect you to achieve a satisfaction rate of no less than 95%, while still ultimately striving for 100%. Scott will now continue to explain our action plan.
Thanks, Matt. The link between your growers and consumers involves attention to detail at every step of the value chain. That's why, prior to launch, 10 pilot growers will test Straw Babies for 1 year. These test plots will not only enhance the knowledge of all parties involved, but also provide visual evidence to future growers, media outlets, and ultimately consumers. Your healthy handful in a hurry begins in the field. Innovative growers looking to increase profits and diversify their crop need look no further. Straw Babies' superior agronomic properties and steady yields will do just that. At just 12 cents per bare root, growers can reap the benefits of the ever-bearing Straw Babies plant throughout the year. Upon harvest, growers receive a realistic 7% premium for their efforts, earning $4,000 more per acre than traditional varieties. Straw Babies are packaged in a container that reflects their unique characteristics. These 1-pound containers are breathable and manufactured using 100% recycled plastics. Straw Babies have deep roots in their communities and will contribute 10 cents per package sold in 3 months of the year to the Whole Kids Foundation. Straw Babies will be labeled as non-GMO and bear the Whole Trade Guarantee seal, which highlights commitment to the environment, ethical sourcing, and quality products. Your distribution center in the Central Coast will exclusively sell Straw Babies to Whole Foods market stores for $2.50 per pound. As a high-end grocery chain offering only top quality products, Whole Foods is the ideal location for foodies and middle to upper class families to unearth the convenience, taste, and fun that Straw Babies have to offer. In the first year after launch, 23 Whole Foods Market stores will be provided with Straw Babies, expanding to 47 stores in year 2, and eventually all 78 Whole Foods Market stores in the state of California in year 3. A strong operating relationship with your growers will ensure quality products on the shelves of Whole Foods Market stores, where Straw Babies will sell to customers for a suggested price of $6.99 per pound, placing them strategically between its main competitors. Mothers, foodies, and snackers alike will flock to get a taste of Straw Babies, the first value-added product of its kind. We know the best way to get kids and their families involved is a tour of the Straw Babies fields and facilities. Mommy Blogger Days will engage consumers while reaching out to mommy bloggers to enhance our online marketing presence by word of mouth through this growing community. Growers can enjoy Straw Babies Days, which will showcase the berry and brand as a whole, giving growers a first-hand look and an experience they won't forget. These promotional days will increase market share, taking strides to reach your goals. The Straw Babies family will grow year after year, reaching 17 growers and 670,000 consumers by the end of year 3. In close correspondence with Whole Foods Market stores, support and service will be of utter importance to hit the ground running.
You now see that growers, retailers, and consumers are an important part of the Straw Babies family. We propose 4 ways to attract these 3 groups. Your state-of-the-art website and social media platforms will be an important step in reaching out and strengthening relationships with consumers. Your website will feature educational videos, customer testimonials, grower profiles, recipes, and links to your social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and Instagram. Straw Babies are so perfect, they don't even need a filter. Users will post, tweet, snap, and shoot using the hashtags HealthyHandfulHurry and Straw Babies. The use of Google AdWords and online advertising will also help boost the profile and interaction rate of Straw Babies on your website and social media sites. To attract the best growers, we suggest that you purchase advertising space in the American Fruit Grower and Fruit Growers News. Additionally, to maximize grower reach, press releases will be launched through the California Strawberry Commission, and your representatives will be present at all the important grower-specific events in the area. A major push will be at the World Egg Expo, where Straw Babies hopes to be named on their top 10 new products list. But let's not forget about your consumers. The Straw Babies marketing team will be put on the road, attending prominent local food, wine, and cultural festivals, like the California Strawberry Festival in Oxnard or the Flavors of Los Angeles, to help create excitement in the community. Also, ABC will look to partner with prominent local culinary schools to help showcase the product and create recipes and meal ideas for families and foodies alike. With all this taken into account, we are confident that when Straw Babies launch at Whole Foods Market stores, they will be a big hit in the field and on the shelves. Miranda will now cover the financial details of our product.
ABC, we've made this as easy as 1, 2, 3. I will now walk you through the projected financial plan for Straw Babies for the first 3 years. We've researched your market. We know how busy your consumers are and the product that they need. But ultimately, we know that Straw Babies will be a profitable and worthwhile investment for you. Straw Babies is projected to capture a small percentage of market share on both the grower side and to Whole Foods Market by the end of the first year. This results in the sales of 1.6 million pounds of Straw Babies sold to Whole Foods. However, even with your large gross margin, year 1 results in an overall loss. Despite this loss, we are confident Straw Babies will be a profitable endeavor by year 2. As you can see, the profit gained in the second year is a result of increasing market share on both the grower side and to Whole Foods Market. This growth allows for the sales of 3.1 million pounds of Straw Babies to Whole Foods. Given this increase in market share, both your gross sales and gross margin increase substantially, and your net profit will be just over $1 million in the second year. It is also important to mention that in year 2 is when you will reach your break-even point. At the sales target of just over 3 million pounds of Straw Babies sold to Whole Foods is when you will start earning a profit. Projected growth continues into the third year, allowing Straw Babies to achieve its goal of obtaining 0.19% of grower market share and 10% of whole food berry sales. This growth allows for the sales of 5.3 million pounds of Straw Babies to Whole Food, which allows your gross sales to grow to 13.5 million and your net profit to just over 3.2 million in year 3. Ultimately, you will be making just over $3.5 million at the end of these 3 years. We have budgeted for a large investment in marketing to ensure this projected growth. One of these marketing investments is your Straw Babies campaign expense, which will allow you to create a memorable brand, which is crucial for gaining consumers in your large target market. Coupons are another strategy used to market Straw Babies. We know that coupons help accelerate sales and generate repeat business, which is very important for you to reach your goals. Your marketing representatives are another important aspect of Straw Babies. Their presence at trade shows and local events, and as well as Whole Food promotional days, are very essential to help push Straw Babies into the marketplace. Lastly, public relations is another key investment. This will allow you to gain the exposure needed to both growers and consumers through press releases and other tactics. Another cost that is important to outline is your spoilage and samples expenses. Consistent with industry standards, there will be a spoilage from the field to grocery store equaling a small percentage of production. There will also be a portion of production allocated for free samples, which will be used at our trade shows, the festivals we attend, as well as an ingredient in our culinary partners' delicious recipes. Even with these increasing expenses, when comparing with sales, the proportion spent each year is declining. This shows that your sales are growing at a much faster rate than expenses year after year. Overall, based on the financial position of Straw Babies at the end of the 3 years, we are confident in the projected growth and net profit and believe in Straw Babies as a valuable investment. Alana will now share our plan for monitoring and measuring progress towards achieving your goals.
Thanks, Miranda. To ensure the continued success of Straw Babies, we suggest that you actively monitor its progress in the key areas of brand awareness, sales, profit, and market penetration. ABC, your brand is key. Brand awareness will be achieved through vigorous use of multiple social media outlets. Measured using Google Analytics, traffic to your product's website and media pages will be monitored. For more personal brand recognition, you will host various Straw Babies days and attend events in the area. If your set brand recognition goals in the first, second, and third years are not met, goodwill and outreach should be increased and public presence strategies adjusted. If obtained, you should consider expanding advertising and attempt to reach beyond these goals. Driven by your achieved brand awareness, the sales objectives in years 1, 2, and 3 will be met by maintaining relationships with both Whole Foods Market and Straw Babies growers. If these sales objectives are not met, the expansion of public relations and in-store specials should be considered. If achieved, expanding into new geographical regions should be explored for further revenues from Straw Babies. In conjunction with your sales objectives, Straw Babies' profit margin is projected to grow each year. Achieving these goals will require you to monitor quarterly financial statements to project trends and make adjustments accordingly. If these profit objectives are not met, input costs and grower premiums should be reevaluated. If successful, profits will be reinvested for further marketing and financing expansions. Lastly is Straw Babies' market penetration objectives. Throughout the first 3 years, Straw Babies will increase their berry market shares in the California Whole Foods market. By allocating sufficient funds for marketing expenses, these objectives will be met and even increased in the following years. So let's package up this product. Courtney, take it away.
ABC. As you can see, Straw Babies are the fruit of today and tomorrow. Growers will have increased profits. Consumers will be raving about the superior sweet taste in a no-prep health food item. And you will be seeing financial returns, all while feeling good about providing this uplifting new fruit. So let's put Straw Babies on shelves, because Americans are busy and they do want to provide their families with the utmost nutrition. America not only wants, but they need a healthy handful in a hurry. America needs Straw Babies.
Well, I guess I'll start. Nice job. I like the product. It seems like a good one. I do have a question about it, though. Have you done any primary research with folks taste testing this thing, looking at it? I guess one of the situations I have is that we've always said here that bigger is better. We want bigger apples. We want bigger strawberries. We want to see that beautiful berry. And now you're saying, wait a minute, we want smaller. So have you done some research with consumer groups that would test them, that would taste them, that would like them, tell us how much they would want, how much they're willing to pay for us, that type of thing?
Yeah, absolutely. So the product Straw Babies was developed by the University of Guelph. And so they did all of the research and development, including research with consumers. And so the benefit to having the smaller berries is that it's more of a condensed taste. And typical with your larger berries, you have that top at the top of the berry near the stem where it's white. It's losing its flavor. So that smaller berry is the more condensed, sweet taste.
Okay, just to follow up on that, I don't want to beat it to death. You yourself did not do primary research on how much people would want to buy, how often they would eat it, and what the price points are. The research was done on whether or not they liked them.
Yes.
Is that right? Okay.
Yes, and Matt will take that question here.
Okay, thank you.
So we did do some preliminary research. I know Courtney and myself, we sat out in a grocery store and we talked to consumers and measured, would they buy this berry? Would they be interested in a berry where you did not have to remove the stem every time? And we got a very strong response that that was indeed something that customers were looking to find on the shelves.
Thank you.
Well, I'll add on to that then. Did you do research on the size of the packaging? You're talking about a 1 pound package. How many servings is that? Do we know that that's the right size? Did you look at other possible package sizes?
Matt, you want to take this away again?
Sure. So we did consider doing other types of packaging, primarily like half a pound and then also a 2 pound pack. We've concluded that after looking at the other sizes that the 1 pound package was the best route to go. That's the size that growers are already using in the fields. So as they're because our growers will have traditional strawberries as well as the Straw Babies, so it kind of streamlines their processes that they only have to use the 1 pound. But also on the consumer side, it allows for a family. We're targeting families, so to go the half pound route, they'll be using them quickly. That they don't want to have to buy like 2 packages. They can just buy the 1 package, and then they don't have to buy a bunch of them. So eventually down the road, we will be looking at expanding to different package sizes. But as we launch initially, we're just looking at the 1 package size for now.
Nicely done, hey? Just had to throw that in there.
You stole my...
I did? Yeah, sorry, pal. I have a question, then a little bit of a follow-up question. I'm a little concerned on if this thing, and I think it's a great product, it sounds like it's got really good legs. What ifs? What if we get into these whole markets, we've got our 3-tier introductory processes through the phasing. But what about inventories? What if these growers don't jump on as fast as we're hoping, and all of a sudden we're at Whole Foods, they want more, we don't have them? And that obviously would be not the greatest scenario to have from a retail perspective. Then number 2, I can't imagine without a stem that your spoilage would not be higher than with the stem. And in that case as well, so if we do a few things that would ultimately tick off Whole Foods, do we have a backup plan? Number 1, do we have enough product? And then all of a sudden we have too much product because Whole Foods says, you know what, we're done. How are we going to handle that position?
Fantastic question. Your consultant Amanda will start off with the first part of that.
Yes, so that is a great question. We consulted the global produce buyer at Whole Foods. Celeste, would you mind bringing up the information about John? Perfect. So we consulted the global produce buyer at Whole Foods Market, and he worked really closely with us while developing our numbers based on the Whole Foods demand, as well as what would happen if they could not meet demand. He said that our numbers were right on target with traditional groups who were launching a new produce product in Whole Foods Market. So that's the first part of your question. And the second part of your question was regarding the shelf life, correct? Celeste, would you be able to bring up the slide on shelf life? Perfect. So our berries, because removing them when they're picked is a natural process, we are not disrupting the actual membrane. It comes off naturally, similar to the way raspberries are removed. So we do have the same shelf life as traditional strawberries.
And just at the tail end there, you mentioned sort of what might be next if Whole Foods needed more added onto that. So throughout our first 3 years, the target market profile for Whole Foods and Straw Babies really aligns. So we decided to go with Whole Foods that way. Throughout those 3 years, we're going to be doing a lot of monitoring and measuring, and our contingency plan, if need be, would be to expand into Trader Joe's stores or Fresh and Easy, high-end grocery market chains like that.
I have one question on the financials. When you're looking at the kind of the civic responsibility of Whole Food Kids, and as you're just launching this brand, is this something that you feel that you should do first year out, or as you develop equity and the things that you do, then you utilize the resources to give back to the community? I was just curious, why first year?
Miranda?
So we want to work with Whole Foods very closely. We want Whole Foods to really want our product to be on their shelves. So we feel that by right away incorporating in their Whole Kids and the Whole Trade Guarantee, that we are meeting to their needs, which we believe is very important for our relationship with them. It's also creating brand awareness that for Whole Foods through our packaging.
A follow-up, is that a requirement to work with Whole Foods? Is that you have to participate in that foundation?
It is not something that is a requirement. However, it's something that we feel is an extra step that will create a closer connection with Whole Foods and our product.
Okay, thank you very much.
So tell me a little bit how you went about deciding how you communicate to growers, because I believed you had some ads in trade publications, and if I remember the numbers correctly, we're talking about 5 growers in year 1. So why are we having that expenditure of trade shows and mass media to talk to 5 growers and 17 in year 3?
That's a sweet question. Matt will take it away.
Perfect, yeah. So we know it's a small step in the first, second, and third year, but we're also anticipating that there will be a big demand for Straw Babies as the brand grows. So we need to look beyond years 1, 2, and 3 into the future and get growers thinking about our product and maybe have it as something they would like to try in the future. Certainly, it takes a while, I know, on my farm at home for a new trend to kind of sink in once it's brought forward. So if you establish that brand in the marketplace early on, then it's not as scary of a new thing. They know that it's an established product and that it's something they'd be willing to try in the future.
We also conducted research on growers and found that the average age of strawberry growers in California is in their mid-50s, and it is a very traditional family operation that's been passed down generationally. So we would like growers who are innovative, who are willing to try a new product. We want those growers to look at our print advertising and find us at the World Expo, put up their hands and say, you know what, we'd love to partner with this new, innovative, new food product.
A follow-up to that one. I know it was 4,000 more per acre is what it's about netting out for the growers. Does that offset the increased labor costs, the change in learning new production tactics, the Straw Babies days where they're going to have people on and off farm and that sort of thing? Do you feel that that's truly enough of a bump to offset that change in approach?
Great question. Celeste, can you please pull up our labor cost slide? So we project that there's going to be a 2% increase in labor costs because of the learning curve that it takes to get used to Straw Babies. So this translates to about $345 per acre per year. As we mentioned, our premium is an extra $4,000 per year per acre. So that will generously cover that. However, Straw Babies is also going to be applying for new products grants. In the state of California, in 2012, they actually granted $15 million for new products that are niche, that are specialized. So we feel that we meet all those requirements to receive that grant. So that is a grant we can receive and then extend to our growers as a way to offset these increasing costs.